we were trying to think of any similar fallout between a current Prime Minister and his predecessor in the same sort of level of vitriol. I mean, it was quite shocking to hear what Rishi came out and said yesterday, and rebuffed by Boris Johnson. Do you think they could draw a line, or is this just going to keep going?
I think the flames of this are far from going out, Isabel, on this story, not least of all because, as you've rightly pointed out, what we've had overnight is briefing and counter-briefing from both sides about the details of this story, about why Boris Johnson ultimately in the end decided to chuck his toys out of the pram or to resign his seats, which we saw officially notified yesterday. There are lots of different threads to this story. I'll try and take you through a couple of them. First of all, in regards to the honours list, the reason that he, Nadine Dorries, Nigel Adams resigned the seats and is going to spark 3 by-elections. Interestingly, the Cabinet Office put a statement out last night effectively saying the former Prime Minister Boris Johnson was speaking rubbish when he was talking about how changes could be a formality. The Cabinet Office said that Number 10 and the House of Lords' Appointments Committee were not allowed to speak to candidates or potential candidates, that it has to be free from influence and total impartiality. This follows Nadine Dorries appearing on TV last night, in which she claimed that the Prime Minister and one of his senior aides, who she branded as posh boys, had blocked her appointment because she was a girl born in poverty from Liverpool from reaching the House of Lords. As you say, though, the Prime Minister has given a little small interview to the Daily Express today, suggesting that he feels his time in politics is not at an end. He says that they must deliver on Brexit and the 2019 manifesto. This is the government. We must smash Labour at the next election. Nothing less than absolute victory will do. And as the great Arnold Schwarzenegger said, I'll be back. The big question is, will he be back? I'm not entirely convinced, certainly not in the short to medium term, he'll be back as an MP. Many Conservatives, actually behind the scenes, are quite keen to see Boris Johnson leave the stage. Clearly he's still got supporters within the parliamentary party and indeed at the country at large. But it looks like tomorrow, according to the Times newspaper, he is going to be found guilty, if you like, of recklessly misleading Parliament. It looks at this report that's been going on for a year into Partygate is going to find that he did mislead Parliament, and that his claims that senior members of staff said that all the rules have been followed inside Number 10, well, those staff members in the end didn't give those assurances, and that's why Boris Johnson shouldn't have made those claims to MPs last year.